Hello, I'm Curtis A. Routley, and I'd like to thank you for coming to the Running Prophecy channel and joining me in the teachings that I'm posting. This is lesson number 32, the Grand Canyon, part 2. Welcome to my North Rim Art Gallery. Today I'm going to take you through the discoveries I have found in the Grand Canyon, following the research of Joseph Voros. And I'm going to start with a picture on his video showing the location where he says he has found Kincaid's Cave. Now, two men went down the Colorado River. One of them, a Mr. Powell, said that he had found a cave with Egyptian artifacts in it. And Mr. Kincaid decided that in the 1900s, early 1900s, he would go down and see if the information presented was accurate. And Mr. Kincaid reports finding this cave with the Egyptian artifacts in it. And Mr. Voros' research shows you the location of the cave. When I got a hold of this, I looked at Google Earth and downloaded it to my computer, and I began searching for this point that Joseph Voros presented. And while I found it, I found some radical changes had taken place to what he presented. And so I want to take you, to begin with, to the point on his video that he shows the important location monuments for Kincaid's Cave. And then we'll take you through Google Earth, and I'll take you through the gallery of the interesting finds that I have found on the North Rim. So here we go. Be with me for a moment while I rearrange the camera. This is 1 minute and 41 seconds into the Marble Canyon research of George Voros. Let me make this stop again. I don't want his speaking. I just want to point out what he's showing. He is showing you the Egyptian monument that was carved, the location of Kincaid's Cave right here, and an animal form that was carved into the rock right here. But two things he did not mention on this picture. One is the face of the wolf looking back from the cliff face, and another one is the gigantic face inside profile that is looking at that megalithic monument that he found and pointed out. Now, when I went to Google Earth and began looking at my information, I'm presenting here the area of the Grand Canyon and the North Rim, and in this section right here, which includes the cave location, I'll be presenting the information of the things that I have found looking in the Grand Canyon, seeing what is there. So we're going to expand this out. We're going to shift the north around to the west so that we can begin to break out the information that's available. Now, the first thing I found was what I call the long hair emoji face. You can see it here. It's like a headband. Eyes, nose, a mouth, long hair. Carved as an enhancement into the marble rock. And when I saw that, I said, are we just looking for monuments? Or are we really looking for some artistry in what's taking place in the Grand Canyon? So I continued on down. And at the next point, I find an animal face right here in this area. And it looks like it's a rabid animal because it's got foaming at the mouth. Maybe it's a first shaving commercial. Who knows? A little bit of my humor there. But after that one, right down below it, there's one I call my imagination. You look at this rock coming up right here, around this section. And you can see eyes, nose, and a mouth carved into an oval-shaped rock in the rock itself. And things like this have got to be done by men. You're not going to have this formed in this fashion by chance. So we come down the river. And here is one that is really outstanding. You're going to love this. I call it Wonder Woman, pointing the way. But right below, there is also another face looking back at you right here. But a complete human figure standing up, look like it's in the rock, pointing at something in the rock itself. And when you come back, you have this area up here, and maybe that's what's being pointed to as another cave location. Who knows? Then we come around the corner. And we have what I'm calling the open mouth face, right here in this circled area. And right there is maybe the opening to another cave and a roadway or pathway coming across leading to it. Now this isn't just my imagination, is it? What would you say? Can you see what I'm seeing? Come around the bend. And we have here a woman's right arm over the top of her head, eyes, nose, mouth, arm coming up and over, hand holding something, again carved into the white marble of the canyon. And then we come to a real unique one. I call the big nose face right here. And I don't know if the man is sick or not, or what this is a representation of at this point here. I would love to be able to get to the point of this rock and take a good close look, but this is definitely a carved face into the rock. And we continue on with the gallery. And here is the grain bag petroglyph that Joseph Orosz mentions in his video. And again, possibly up in this location are caves where they used to store grain. I don't know. Maybe that's the meaning of the petroglyph, maybe it's not. And then we come around the corner. And there it breaks out. You can see again 2 eyes, a mouth, maybe a beak, maybe a bird face petroglyph carved into the white marble rock. And from there we come to the canyon just before where the cave is located. And right here we have another face in the rock. And over here, below it, we have still another face in the rock, carved right here. And above them, at this top section, possibly another woman's face. Two eyes, nose, mouth, very faint on this one, but nevertheless the appearance of a face is still there. So now we come to the section where George Voros presented his findings of the cave. And when I look at that and expand things out, I have right here at this location something you probably won't find on yours, but it's the view of an eagle looks like in flight with its shadow over the rock. This is the location where he said the cave was, and this is destroyed. You cannot find the monument anymore. It's gone. You cannot see the face in the cliff rock anymore. It's gone. You can still see the side profile of the other face and the possibility that there was some kind of writing or pictograph on the cheekbone of that face. But there are 3 missing things here that should still be here. No way a rock fall would take out the cliff face. Possibly it could have taken out the monument, but where is the rocks that fell? They're not there. And the cave area, the mouth section that he said, is also completely destroyed and blown up and taken out. I'll make a comment on that after we get to the last points here. As we continue down our journey on the canyon. Here we have another elongated face carved in the white marble of the rock. 2 eyes, a nose, a mouth. Things like this cannot be by accident. Artists were at work in this canyon. I want to get to the last one here. there's a rock that has a carved face on it that's been made with a 90-degree angle, and it's got writing and some kind of glyphs on it that are faintly visible from a time period of long ago. Now, if you want to find the places that I have found, I'm going to leave this on here for about 20 seconds, and then I'm going to make some final comments. But these are the latitude and longitudes of each one of the pinpoints that I've had and taken you to. If you pause with this chart on the screen, you'll be able to write down and go back and set up your own pinpoints on the Grand Canyon and visit these points in my gallery again on the North Rim. And some final comments. 3 of my monuments are missing. The monument that Joseph Voros pointed out that was carved there. But he didn't see the face in the wall of the cliff. And he showed you where the opening was to the cave. But they're not there anymore. And it's only been a matter of a few years since he posted his video giving the location of these items. Now, if the military is in charge of the Grand Canyon and everyone who goes in and out of it, I've never heard a unit named, but whoever they are, they were derelict in their duty that they permitted someone in the last few years to destroy priceless monuments. It's like the Taliban blowing up the temples in Afghanistan. That's how odious this is. Now, on the other hand, if they were not derelict in their duty and they were following their official orders, then a military unit in the United States has destroyed national treasures. No matter how you look at it, that unit has just lost its reputation. Visit my gallery on the Grand Canyon again. Download Google Earth for yourself. Put these coordinates in and find them. A lot of work has gone into the things that are in the Grand Canyon, and it's only in this stretch from the emoji face on the right side to the cliff rock on the left side of the canyon that you find the total of 19 things to look at when you can get in close and see what the canyon contains. Are they going to wait for Joseph to return with Jesus and come back to the Grand Canyon and say, I want to get the things I left there? Before anybody in America gets to see what's really in Kincaid's Cave? It's time to be transparent instead of destructive. God bless America.